I do not like these character designs at all. To be honest, I think they're pretty atrocious.
Is this another lane that Nintendo is going to fall in to just push out new content, but it also not be new at the same time? And if it is something that they do, I kind of have some concerns.
Hey, maybe I do need that filter though, so that you can look at Falco's beautiful face instead of mine.
There you go. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll see Falco in his boxers. What's up, guys? We just learned about the new StarFox game coming out for the Switch 2, and we think it's going to impact the future of Nintendo significantly. But before we get there, we need to talk about these character designs because I think they're pretty divisive. But I want to turn it to you. What do you think so far?
Yikes. I do not like these character designs at all. I to be honest, I think they're pretty atrocious. I know that you don't like Falco. That's your least favorite, right?
No.
Yeah.
I think you feel stronger than me. I think Falco though looks horrible. Like, I think I was texting you because you were driving whenever, no, we were on the phone. You were driving when the direct started. And I was like, oh, Fox looks different. They changed his character. It looks okay. And then they showed Falco and I was like, oh my gosh, what did they do to my boy Falco? I was, yeah, he looks interesting. Hyper realistic, I guess. But I don't know, man. I don't like Falco at all.
I don't really know what they were going for. Like Slippy looks fine because, you know, you can't really mess up a Toad that much. But Fox gives me Mr. What's it called?
Yeah, Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Fantastic Mr. Fox. Literally looks like Fantastic Mr. Fox. Is
Yep.
first thing that came to my mind. And
Yeah, I see that completely. My first thought for some reason was like Chuck E. Cheese animatronics. I don't know why.
that too. I saw that too. It when they're in the cockpit, their little when it pops up their dialogue, that definitely looks like animatronics. And I don't know if they were trying to like recapture the essence of 64 in a more modern way, but I don't think it works. I personally.
I think I can maybe get used to it, but right now I'm definitely struggling with it. I did a little bit of like looking online at what other people were saying, and of course people feel the same way, but I did see a comment somewhere that suggested that maybe Nintendo was going for the art style of Fox McCloud on the original SNES game.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember, he is kind of like that hyper realistic
Right.
look on that cover, and I was like, that kind of makes sense. Like maybe there is a callback to that, but even if it is a callback, that doesn't make it good. So I don't know. I feel torn about it.
I think that Avatar deals where you like an emoji or the Animoji or whatever, making your face, map to Fox's face or Falco's. I mean, you need Falco, right? You need Falco as your avatar.
No.
Yeah, I think that's another great example of a cool thing, and nobody's gonna use it.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Because I don't really know anyone that frequently uses the camera in game chat at all.
Right.
I don't know. So like, if I don't know people that are frequently using that, who is going to buy StarFox and chat like StarFox, have
Right,
that
yeah.
face match? Like, no one's gonna use that, man.
Yeah, I have the camera and I barely use it. I forget it exists, and whenever we're chatting, I really don't feel like, I don't think you want to see me in my boxers, while we're playing. So I don't know, maybe hey, maybe I do need that filter though, so that you can look at Falco's beautiful face instead of mine.
There you go. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll see Falco in his boxers. What's wrong with us?
Yeah, so do we think that this has implications for the type of art style they're trying to go for maybe an Ocarina of Time remake, potentially?
I mean, I think it would be a lot more fitting in Ocarina for sure, because
More
it is
hyper-realistic.
more, yeah, because it is more like, I mean, it's hard to say it's grounded, but I mean, it is, I guess, if you compare it to Star Fox, like you're dealing with humanoid characters, I guess, but
Grounded.
yeah, exactly, right.
Pun
So
intended.
potentially, yeah, no, I think it could work for an Ocarina remake, So of course they keep on comparing it to the Final Fantasy remake, which I'm finally playing, which you're so excited for me, I'm sure.
Yes, yes.
And that has a pretty like hyper realistic art style. So it would be interesting to see that in Ocarina of Time. Will they do it? I don't really know. I don't think they would go as far as recreating that Final Fantasy look. I think it will still have some kind of Nintendo charm to it.
Yeah, I think that this art style is kind of meant to take advantage of the Switch 2 hardware because I
Mhm.
mean, that gameplay looked buttery smooth. Like
It looks amazing.
yes, it looked incredible. And so like you're saying, I think it'll be easy to overlook the art style of the characters cuz like we're not really going to be looking at them too much. We're just going to be looking at the, the R-wing and the landmaster and all this, you know. I can definitely overlook it because yeah, it looked really good.
Yeah, it did. And I always remind myself of this when I see gameplay posted on YouTube that looks amazing. I'm like, this is a compressed live stream.
Mhm.
And so I can only imagine, like, once I get it on my Switch 2, how good it's going to look. And again, how smooth it's going to look. We didn't actually get the specs of what it's going to run. I'm going to assume 60. I
Mhm.
don't think I don't think they're going to do 120.
That'd be
Uh,
crazy.
I mean, it would be crazy, but
But yeah, I agree.
with the way it looks, I bet it's going to be capped at 60.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely looking like it's going to be a technical showcase for the system. And I do wonder if they're like, hey, we can be realistic too. Here's what a realistic Nintendo game, could look like.
Right. It just makes me so upset because we literally got like, so everyone was expecting to an extent a change of art style in Fox because we got the Mario movie and he looks different and he had a different character, like a little bit more goofy, all that kind of stuff. So everyone was expecting, oh, they might change his model because they kind of introduced a new character model in the Mario movie for Donkey Kong. And then we got that really cool anime sequence where I'm like, if I
Yeah.
could get a whole series on that, I would love it. And I'm like, if I can get a whole game with that art style, I'm
Hmm.
here for it. And then we get like the super hyper realistic, and I'm just like, what's going on here, Nintendo? What are we doing, man?
Yeah. They gave us a new art style, all right. And
They did.
I would have loved if this would have been, the cell shaded 3D anime, the whole game. That'd have been super
Mhm.
cool. But I do also like that they're pushing the boundaries of the system.
So I think it is safe to assume that with this remake, kind of like pushing the envelope for what the Switch 2 can do, we can also assume that Ocarina of Time remake, which still isn't confirmed, but almost it's basically 90% confirmed at this point, is also going to push that envelope for the system as well. So it kind of begs the question, is this a new model that Nintendo is going to continue to follow for the rest of the Switch 2? Um, it might. I don't know how you feel about it. And if it is something that they do, I kind of have some concerns because we already almost get like a remaster of something almost every year, it feels like. Or we get like a Switch 2 edition. Here's a game that you've already played with better frame rate and
Hmm.
better resolution, which that's fine, I guess. It's super cool to have that, but is this another lane that Nintendo is going to fall in to just push out new content,
Hmm.
but it also not be new at the same time? I mean, again, like a remake compared to a remaster, that's totally different. I'm picking remake over remaster every day.
Sure.
But at the same time, it's like, at what point is Nintendo just going to actually start giving us new games more frequently instead of relying on the success of their old games? So yeah, I kind of have some concerns about that.
I think they are going to go this route. I don't want them to personally, just because I want new games, I want new things. But with dev time increasing, and I think Nintendo's pretty outspoken about not using AI. If I believe I read something on that, they're not really too keen on using it. Could they be using it, not telling anybody? Sure, they can do whatever they want, but I think dev time has gotten so long, and Nintendo is catching up in terms of specs, to the
Mhm.
PS5, to the Series X, and so because of that, I do think that they are gonna be given things the remake treatment. And yeah, I don't know how to feel about it either because I would love if they continued to remake stuff, but just to fill out, the calendar, probably not. I think I'd rather them go more the route of what they're doing with, what they did with Metroid Dread. Here's a 2D Metroid game while you wait for Prime, or here's a
Hmm.
Yoshi game while you wait for the next 3D Mario game, something like that. The
Hmm.
2D quicker to make.
Right. And like like Echoes of Wisdom, we got Echoes of Wisdom in between when we were waiting for Tears of the Kingdom. Is that right? Or did it come after Tears of the Kingdom?
That came
I'm
after.
blanking. Came after. But even
Hmm.
still, it's like here's a 2D, no, not 2D, like top down, more traditional style.
Isometric 3D.
Yeah, to like get you ready for the next Zelda game,
Hmm.
which I'm with you. That's cool, but if we're talking like a remake, that's gonna take forever. Like this is not a simple, oh
Right.
hey, let's put Twilight Princess on the Switch too and like make it look better. No, like we're talking about remaking it from the ground up. To me, that's like, I mean, I don't know. I don't work in video game development, but I would imagine that takes as much time as making a new game, except you don't have to like write the story again.
Conceptualize it.
Um, and I guess like, yeah, you have reference, right? If
Hmm.
you're truly building it from ground up. So yeah, it's probably shorter, but still, it's gonna take a long time. So this is cutting out on development time for new games, which is what really Nintendo fans are wanting, especially on the Switch too. Because again, we keep on getting the old stuff. We want
Hmm.
something new.
Right. And it cuts down on the creative process too, which can become problematic because what we've been seeing with a lot of the remakes, like everybody's doing remakes now. When I say everybody, I mean, game devs and or companies, I'm sure it's really the big wigs greenlighting that stuff, but all these remakes and remasters, whatever, they're cool, but it's like there's no more creativity when that's the case. And so like you get Bonanza, Donkey Kong Bonanza, we already have that IP, but it's a brand new concept, brand new game.
Hmm.
It was awesome, so we didn't there's an example of something creative. So I would love if they continued to innovate alongside that, and then I'd be fine with it. But I really don't want to see their output not be you know, as good as it was in the Switch One era.
Right.
So I think that's the trade-off we get. We all want better looking games, and we want better running games. Like Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity ran like trash on the Switch One,
Hmm.
and it's kind of a first party Nintendo game, but technically I guess it's a partner, with
Hmm.
Koei Tecmo making it.
Right.
So it's like the level of quality isn't there anymore. So if you want the quality, it's just gonna take it's gonna take more time. So
And I know at this point, Nintendo is hiring different companies, different third party companies to make some games like you were suggesting. And, but even like the developer companies that they own, they are working them like crazy and like
mhm.
adding them on to different projects. So,
Monolith
uh,
Soft.
yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to bring up. Monolith Soft being involved in so many Nintendo games and heavily rumored to be the main thing behind or the main company behind the Ocarina remake. I guess you could see Nintendo just kind of continuing with that, expanding more and more, creating more studios, and allowing them to make these remakes. But I still feel at the end of the day, it's only going to make development times longer for the first party games that we really want to see.
Let us know in the comments down below if Falco is going to haunt your dreams as much as he will ours. And check out the videos on the end screen now, and we'll see you there.